Let's take a look at the highest drafted players in Texas A&M history. A couple pitchers up top, plus Tyler Naquin, 15th overall, and Waka, 19th overall, both in 2012. The Aggies have a good one this year. He should vault to the top of this list. Asa Lacy joins us right now on MLB Tonight. Asa, thanks for joining us. Hope all is well in your world. Take us through what life has been like for you lately.
First off, thank you for having me. It's been a little bit different. We got 2 new puppies. We moved houses actually right when all this hit back home in Kerrville. I've been back home. I just recently got back to College Station to work out with some teammates and get ready.
Asa, Al Leiter here, and congratulations on your whole journey and your baseball experience. But just came off the last block, Asa, on a little breakdown of you. And I'm intrigued with what I read and what I saw with respect to you throwing an improved slider. Know you got the great fastball, great changeup. You strike out a boatload of guys. But go into it a little bit more as to why you thought you needed it and what did you do?
Yep, so I threw more of a sweeping slider, kind of in the low 80s, sometimes in the mid 80s. And really, when I came back, I wanted something that was sharper and that would play off my fastball a little bit better. And so I had to stay behind the ball better. And so I kind of started off with a modified cutter grip, and then I can manipulate it as needed just by getting on the side of the baseball a little bit more. And it turned into a pitch that was in the high 80s, occasionally 90, and it had a lot harder bite.
Asa, a lot of times when we talk to draft prospects right around now, you have the season to capture most of your focus, and it's usually the answer like, well, trying not to think about the draft because I got to get ready for Friday. You've had nothing but time to sit and kind of think about this whole process. What have you been trying to do to make sure that, one, you don't get too consumed by it, and how much have you been paying attention to where you're showing up in mock drafts and things like that?
I try not to pay attention too much to all this stuff on social media. I've just been keeping myself really busy, so working out, throwing, stretching. Been going to Houston to throw with a teammate of mine on the Rapsodo and the Edgertronic camera, so that's really awesome. I've been really busy with our two new puppies. I've done occasional odd jobs here and there back home, and actually, when we just got back to A&M, we just did all the COVID testing so that we can have access to the facility. So I'm looking forward to that.
Asa, I'm a little curious. I want to peel back what Jonathan just said. I know that this is hard for everybody having the season cut short, and you being where you are with respect to how teams view you. Get into a little bit more specific. You mentioned that you've been throwing. Are you building up innings? Are you aware of your innings load last year and trying to create a simulated version of that? Are you throwing live BP? What are you actually doing to maintain?
So right after the season, we spoke with my strength coach and our trainer and our head coach, and we thought that it would be a good idea for me to kind of slowly taper down the intensity for a while with a lot of unknown stuff. So let's see. I think I've recently started ramping things back up, and to me, that's starting long toss and starting bullpens. I've thrown 4 bullpens now. I'll throw my 5th one on Friday. No live hitters, no live BP yet. Still building up towards that. My bullpens are still averaging anywhere from 20 to 40 pitches. So,
how about video-wise, Asa? Now, of course, but even growing up as well, were there particular pitchers that you watched in the big leagues and tried to mimic what they were doing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Clayton Kershaw is one that I've been watching for a long time, and when I was younger and had a bedtime, so to speak, on school nights, my mom would actually let me stay up and watch him on the West Coast times. So that was really cool.
I want to ask you about pitchers maybe that are your contemporaries that you watched and liked. I mean, you got to pitch with and against guys like Max Meyer and Reed Detmers, Team USA, pitching against some of these guys in the SEC. Who are some of the guys that are being mentioned in the same first-round ballpark as you that have really impressed you?
Yeah, I mean, Max and Reed both. Emerson's obviously really impressive. Unfortunately, didn't get to play with him. He seems like a great guy. Cole Wilcox is a very large human being. If you ever get to meet him, let's see who. I mean, we were just loaded. Cade Cavalli was about as best athlete as I've seen in a long time. And just to be able to bounce ideas off all those guys, especially Reed, helped me with my curveball a little bit. In a little 15-minute session. So.
Asa, last but not least, maybe most importantly, I need 2 more names from you. The 2 names of the puppies.
Oh, okay. So we have a Great Pyrenees and a Anatolian Shepherd. Great Pyrenees, her name is Aggie. That's my mom's. And then the Anatolian Shepherd, her name is Cookie. Her face looks like a chocolate chip cookie. So
Nice.
That's awesome. See, I knew that was going to be worth it. Asa, thank you so much for joining us. Great to talk to you. Good luck. We'll talk to you on draft day, okay?
thank you. Sounds great.